holiday is tomorrow, but Jordan will not be taking part in the holiday.
Oh, I will be partaking.
Oh,
I got my ice cream.
Okay, well, that part, but tomorrow is National Weather Person's Day. And you are a weather person, and we thank you for telling us about the precipitation, the tornadoes, the sunshine. I wish you told us a little bit more about the sunshine, and of course, dealing with me.
You know, honestly, the hardest part about anything on that list is the last one, dealing with Julia. Predicting tornado weather is much easier than...
I'm pretty unpredictable.
She is really unpredictable. There's literally nothing I can do about figuring out Julia. Radar looks nice and quiet this evening. We're not talking about any sort of precipitation. We're definitely not talking about tornadic weather. We're not talking about winter weather. Radar continues to look nice and quiet. I expect it's going to stay that way as we head into the overnight. Let's go back 24 hours, shall we? Let's talk about that cold front that moved through the Tennessee Valley. That cold front now nearly off the east coast of the United States, heading out into the Atlantic Ocean, taking a lot of that precipitation with it. Still talking about a little bit of precipitation back up across the upper Midwest, Indiana, Illinois, back into Ohio, up into Michigan, West Virginia, getting up into Pennsylvania. Still talking about snow because they could totally use a little more snow. I live, or used to live anyway, in west central Ohio. That's where I grew up. They got about 10 to 12 inches of snow over the last 24 to 36 hours. All thanks to that area of low pressure in the cold front that moved through the Tennessee Valley yesterday. Brought us rain, brought some folks in South Alabama a little bit of severe weather, but at the same time, that system brought inches of ice and feet of snow to many locations across the continental United States. Ice and snow across Texas, Oklahoma, getting up into Arkansas, Missouri, Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, up into Michigan. And then today, talking about a ton of snow across the Northeast, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey. The nation's capital, I believe, picked up on a little bit of snow this afternoon. This has been a massive storm system that has lasted a couple of days. We got some improvement this afternoon in that we didn't have to deal with any precipitation, but we still had to deal with the cloud cover across the Tennessee Valley. This a time lapse from the top of Rainbow Mountain. Now, the cloud cover is interesting considering the fact that behind the cold front was a rush of dry air, but the dry air was in the higher levels of the atmosphere. These clouds were actually incredibly low. That dry air really wasn't able to break into that cloud cover. We stayed cloudy this afternoon, didn't get to enjoy any sunshine, and that was certainly reflected in today's high temperatures. We only climbed into the mid and upper 30s. Now, some folks, Scottsboro and Fort Payne, jealous, actually got to climb into the lower 40s this afternoon. It's going to be a really cold night across the Tennessee Valley, but we are going to get rid of the cloud cover. Temperatures here in Huntsville dropping into the lower 20s. It got a low right around 23 degrees, but much will be the same across all of North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. Wouldn't be the least bit surprised if some folks across southern Middle Tennessee up into northeast Alabama, the higher elevations of northeast Alabama, drop into the mid and upper teens, 17, 18, 19 degrees, certainly not out of the question. I hope you guys like the cold nights and the cold mornings because they're going to stick with us through a good majority of next week. 31 degrees next Thursday morning, but that's about the best we're going to do. Not only is it going to be cold tomorrow morning, but it's going to feel even colder, sustaining a north wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. It's going to feel like it is in the low end mid-teens across the Tennessee Valley, and unfortunately, we don't get much improvement through the afternoon. Temperatures climb into the upper 30s and lower 40s, but it's going to feel like it's in the low and mid 30s. We do finally get some improvement as we head into Sunday. Plenty of sunshine, temperatures hanging out in the lower 50s. And that's where we're going to be through a good majority of next week. Temperatures finally climb just a smidge as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, and eventually next Friday. That's all I got for you this evening.